What's up guys, this is Chris here, and today we have the Palmetto State Armory PA15, or what I like to call the budget Sig Rattler. This is a 6-inch 300 Blackout, very similar to the Rattler, except for it was a lot more affordable. I got the base gun for under 400 bucks. We have a $200 optic on here, and we have a $200 Sylvian Arms folding adapter to make it nice and small for you if you want to use it for a bag gun or a truck gun. Very similar to the MCX. The advantage to the MCX is that it folds. Well, you can do that with the AR as well, but I just don't know how well. So today, not only are we going to be trying out the PSA, we're going to be shooting for you, seeing if we can get a really affordable PDW or truck gun, but we're going to be checking the Sylvian Arms buffer tube system as well, because I've never used one before, but I'm pretty interested. That being said, we did buy the PSA, but the Sylvian Arms buffer tube system was sent to us for review, but that won't change my opinion. We'll try them both out today, shoot a bunch of rounds, accuracy, reliability, shootability, and we'll tell you what we think. All right, first party trick, as you can see here, it does fold in half like that, which is pretty cool. Press this button to unfold it, and then when you fold it, you can just flip it shut like that. So if you keep it shut in your truck, you can flip it out with one motion, and you don't have to worry about trying to find complex buttons and shit like that. So we got 200 grain S&B in here, and we'll see how it runs, I suppose. I mean, it's super shootable. That is exactly what I was hoping for. This was a big gamble on my part, $400 gun with ammunition I haven't tested, so consider me excited. Oh, and there it is. The other shoe drops. Maybe not. Did we have a fail?
No, I think it just didn't lock back.
It just didn't lock back. Okay.
I can handle that.
All right, round dose. Some more. Ooh. Now we have a failure to go in the chamber. Oh, now it's stuck. Fail.
Same thing.
Didn't pick the round up off the mag. These are 300 Blackout mags.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna drop the gun kind of in like truck gun configuration. So we'll have it no magazine in the gun, chamber closed. We'll have one full magazine here, and we'll have the brace shut to see if we can try to work the brace. All you have to do is hand on fire control, flip the gun over, flip it out, load the magazine, rack it, and go. And we'll try to do that in just a reasonably smooth time and just see how it goes for a person who's literally never ran a PDW before. So I just kind of want to see it from the user perspective.
Oh yeah, and you're left-handed.
Oh, and you're left-handed, yeah, so this will be interesting.
This will be a challenge.
Okay. Oh goodness.
Cool.
There it is.
It is 100% DM.
It appears to be.
Yeah, we're doing. I mean, if it doesn't work with S&B, it doesn't work.
All right.
Hey! Good job.
What do you think?
Picking it up and putting it up quickly, obviously in a tense situation would be very difficult for me because I don't have practice with it.
Sure.
But all in all, it actually went pretty well, I think.
But you got a couple days to dry fire with that. I'm sure you'd get good with it quick.
Yeah.
My issue with PDWs is always like, when are you gonna use it? You know, are you gonna go out to your truck and go out to your bag and open it up and then run back to try to get the mall shooter just to get shot by the cops as you run in the mall? Or are you gonna, like, there's a whole bunch of scenarios that people add up to PDWs that don't really exist. For me, like a PDW, I always think of like a without rule of law scenario, or maybe you went to New Orleans when Katrina struck and now you can't get back out and you have to walk your way out. Like, to me, that's more of a feasible thing for PDWs. So I always like to have them small, not so they're more concealable in my truck, but so they're more concealable like on me. You know, if you ever had to like carry one around in a without rule of law situation, you'd want it concealed, you know, because if you're a civilian with a big rifle hanging off you, I feel like that's a big sign that says shoot me first.
I
Like,
get you.
I've always been a fan of like blending in, considering I'm 6'4" with red hair, but like, you know, like blend in as much as you can.
So like, let's say your scenario that you're talking about,
Yep.
a rifle like this, how are you going to blend in with it?
Sure. Well, I mean, it folds, so it's a little bit shorter. It's not going to be perfectly blend in, but since I'm not a hot girl, nobody looks at me all the time. And if I had like a big flannel on, let's say, and you're running a single port sling, sort of like how the Secret Service hold them. Like, you ever seen how the Secret Service runs PDWs? Literally just up under your shoulder like this. And if you had a big coat or something, it's not the world's most concealable thing, but it's a hell of a lot better than a 16-inch AR-15. It's going to be fucking hanging way down there, you know? So you could conceal it. Most
Or in a
likely
backpack.
In a bag. I have a backpack with a shoulder strap, and if you kept it in that, you can flip that bag around and unzip it, and you can have it out in a couple of seconds. I've done it with my MP5, but that's the main way you would carry it.
Right on. Oh.
Fail?
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so we shot the first 40 rounds with the Federal 220 grain, and the gun worked absolutely perfectly. And then we have tried to shoot the remaining 40 rounds so far with what I have available to me, which is Celler & Ballat 200 grain subsonic, and this stuff is malfunctioning in a variety of ways. And to be completely honest with you, this was sort of my go-to ammunition for quite a while here because it was really affordable. However, this is not the first time this ammunition has given me problems. This gave me problems in the Ruger bolt gun, and this also gave me problems on the Sig Rattler itself. As you can see here, some of the ammunition is kind of poorly loaded. This one I just brought out right here, you can see it's kind of poorly loaded. And I feel like this is the ammunition that is in fact causing the problem. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run back to the house quick and see if we have any more 300 Blackout ammunition that isn't Celler & Ballat, and we'll see if we can keep doing this. If not, we'll have to cut it early. Now, this is my first experience with the folding adapter, but I do really like it. Bubs and I installed this, and it was really easy to install. And one of my favorite parts about it is there was at least some thought into it. It's very durable. I mean, it's not shaking or move around at all. It feels like a regular stock or brace system when you have it locked in, so it doesn't feel like it's sloppy or weird in any way. And it was pretty affordable. I mean, it's only about 200 bucks, which is kind of expensive, I guess, if you consider the gun is $400. But overall, for the ability to fold it and flip it out when you want, it's certainly a lot cheaper than an MCX. Felt like it's empty, but we'll see. Well, it ran through them all, but it did not lock back. So what that tells me is this S&B ammo is just a little more underpowered for subsonic than the Federal, and it's probably not giving it enough pressure to lock all the way back. 300 Blackout's kind of an iffy cartridge because a lot of 300 Blackouts are made to be subsonic and some are made to be supersonic, and I have to assume that if I cut the spring on this a little bit, maybe we'd have a little better reliability.
All right, we're up at the 500-yard range. Not trying to hit anything, but we're just testing out some ammo. Oh no. Is it stuck again?
Well, it made it. It went through the whole thing.
It did, good deal after the first one. All right, let's load her up again.
Yeah,
Wow.
You that up.
Nice.
All right, so that experience was not what we expected. We put the gun together and I like a few things about it and I don't like a few things about it. First off, it has the 6-inch barrel, which I do like because even though it's only 1 inch, it does matter not only in the bedroom, but it matters on 300 Blackout a lot. The initial reports in 300 Blackout overseas were that the 5-inch didn't work very well and the 6-inch just gives it just enough extra velocity to work pretty well with supers and with subsonic with expansion. As far as the Palmetto State goes, I like the idea of a 6-inch 300 Blackout. I don't know if I like this particular gun because it wasn't 100% reliable. Now, I think that is mostly due to the ammunition. We shot 220 grain Federal and the first couple boxes worked really well. We switched to the S&B 200 grain, which I have a ton of, and honestly, I've had problems with guns with that ammunition in the past, including the Ruger American, which is a bolt action rifle, which is kind of tough to fuck up. But after that, we did find some Freedom munitions, which is traditionally not very good ammunition either, but it was supersonic and it did run. And then the S&B supersonic that we used also had one failure, which kind of leads me to believe that it is some sort of issue with it chambering in the barrel with the S&B because of how the S&B is loaded, I would imagine. Most of the failures that we had were rounds stuck in the chamber that we had to comet the rifle to get out. So again, I'm pretty confident it's the ammunition. However, we don't have any other ammunition besides that now. We shot all the other types that we have, so we're gonna have to actually end the video a little bit shorter than we normally would, and we're gonna give you a part 2 after I go online and buy more Federal ammo because they don't stock that anywhere near me. That's one of the downsides to 300 Blackout compared to 5.56 is that if I had this problem with 5.56, I could just go to any mom and pop store and pick it up. Whereas 300 Blackout, no stores within 30 miles of me actually carry any 300 Blackout, let alone subsonic loads for shorter barrels. So that's kind of an issue with 300 Blackout, but I'm not going to blame the gun just yet because, like I said, it ran all the other ammunition types other than S&B. So I want to do a part 2 with this guy because it is an interesting experiment. Can you do a PDW in 300 Blackout for under $500? Well, kind of. At least so far anyway. Now, the Sylvian Arms folding adapter system did work. Does that cause any issues with reliability? I don't think so. Personally, you're running the same buffer and you're running the same spring that I did before. It just sets back a little bit, and I don't think there's really any issue as far as that goes with getting rounds stuck in the chamber like they were. We also had a couple of failure to feeds, which I don't know if that system would cause either. So I'm going to go out on a limb and most likely blame the ammunition, although I don't actually have an answer for you yet. Again, we're going to get a couple hundred rounds of Federal 220 and then some Federal supersonic, and then I'm also going to be running some of my very expensive Hornady supersonic defensive ammunition in this the next time we bring it out. So expect to see this video again in a couple weeks for a part 2, but as for right now, I'm going to kind of leave it open-ended. As far as the ergonomics go on the gun, I like the rail system, although it's a little short, but I do actually like that the rail system is a little bit short off the barrel because it stops you from getting your grubby little fingers too close to the flash hider and potentially losing them. One of the issues that you'll get with these really short guns is you have a tendency to magwell grip, which my nephew was doing, and with a right-hander, you can get your fingers in the ejection port. With a left-hander, you can get your palm in the ejection port. Both of those I would look out for, and I would make sure you have your hands away from it. Trigger was good, the controls are good, I like the grip on the gun. Overall, I like the AR setup. I think maybe the PSA is a good route, but we'll have to see. Overall, I hope you like this video, and if you want to see more on this, expect a follow-up. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your Oklahoma shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.